this lesson, we will finish rigging the feet. What we'll do first is set up our helpers. We'll get those linked, get them constrained, and then we can finish by working on our custom parameters we'll use to drive the toes. So let's get started. We'll grab a point helper, and I'd like to change its display to box. We'll go ahead and uncheck cross. We'll now go ahead and hide our model. So this helper, we know will be quick align to our IK goal. So that will control the goal object. Now, let's go ahead and drop its size a bit. We'll have it cloned, and we'll use Alt-A to align it to our ankle bone. Remember, we want the orientation of this object to match the ankle so we can drive the ankle's rotation. But remember, it also needs to pivot from the foot. So with it still selected, we'll press Shift-A and we'll quick align to our foot bone, the same foot bone that drives the rotation of the toes. All right, now let's go ahead and clone this object. We'll have this aligned to our foot bone. Great. But then we'll make sure to quick align it to our toe nub. There we have it. Our hierarchy is set up here. In a way, we have our objects in place. It's just a matter of now linking to the objects that will control these. So for one, we know that the first helper we set up is going to be linked to the second helper. Let's go ahead and take care of that. Now the second helper is actually going to be linked to the control object. Beautiful. And then the third helper gets linked to the next control object. All right, so if we were to go ahead and grab the foot control and start to rotate, here's what we end up with. When we grab our toe control, it drives everything. All right, so now it's a matter of grabbing our IK goal and linking that to our helper object. Excellent. We can now go ahead and take the ankle bone and orientation constrain that to our helper. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and take our foot bone, again the one that drives the toes here. We'll have that orientation constrained to the next helper. Let's go ahead and test this out. So when we go in, grab our control, we can start to kind of move this around and we're driving the foot. Beautiful. We might bring back the creature to take a look at how everything works. How exciting. All right, so there is our foot roll. There's our toe roll. And again, it's very easy to now go in and create a quick toe twist. And we can move the ball of the foot all over the place. So I find that to be much easier than digging through parameters to try to do the same thing. You can see how fast we're able to do it here. All right, great. So I'll go ahead and hide the creature again because we don't want to forget about storing these in our hidden layer. And we also should rename them. All right, so naming is pretty straightforward. It's going to be PT DRV L ankle 01. Alrighty, I'll go ahead and copy this name. We'll get to the next one for the foot. Get that renamed. And then the last one is PT DRV L toe. All right. So there are our helpers, and now it's time to work on our custom parameters for the toes. Now, if you'd like, you can create parameters for each axis, but I'm just going to go ahead and focus on the primary axis, which is the toe bend. So we'll go ahead and tie in the z-axis of each toe bone into these parameters. So we'll go ahead and grab our leg control. Let's head over to our modify panel. You'll see we already have our attribute holder. That saves us a lot of time. We can go ahead and press Alt-1. And the first parameter we'll create will be toe A. All right, we'll go ahead and give this a range of -360 and +360, even though the bone will probably never be taken that far. We always want a bit of cushion, a bit of room. All right, let's go ahead and now choose add. So there's one. The next one will be toe B, and then toe C. Alright, so as far as wiring parameters is concerned, it's very simple. We'll just go ahead and work with our deg2rad function. So we can start with, let's say, toe C. We'll go ahead and grab our control object, right-click and choose Wire Parameters, Modified Object, Extra Controls, there's toe C. We'll go ahead and click on our toe bone, and we'll find Zero Euler, Rotate Z, and apply our function, deg2rad. Let's make sure to wrap toe C in parentheses, and we'll choose Connect. Now we can go ahead and test this out. So really basic stuff here. Alright, so I'll go ahead and leave the rest up to you. Again, go ahead and set up your foot roll on the right side. Make sure that you then go back and create the custom parameters you'll need to drive the toes. And don't forget to use the deg2rad function so that we can make sure we get some really nice control over each toe bend. Alright, so that's it for this lesson. In the next lesson, we're basically going to work on our last control, and that's going to be the knee control.